From a distance, as the bus approached, the woman made a quick and firm decision. She ran across the road, immediately took off the cross pendant from around her neck, pulled out a scarf from her bag, and fashioned it into a Muslim hijab. Gathering courage, she stepped forward and waved her hand to stop the speeding bus. The driver didn't respond, but he looked at her suspiciously because her changed appearance was quite obvious. However, he didn't say anything. When she got onto the bus, she saw that all the passengers were Muslims. She sat down quietly, trying not to attract attention. The country was in the midst of a terrible civil war, a brutal conflict between Christians and Muslims, in which ordinary people were being slaughtered. Inside the bus, the atmosphere was tense and heavy. As the bus sped along, Jane, the woman, eventually fell asleep. After some time, she woke up to the sound of people talking loudly outside. Startled, she stood up and looked out the window along with the other passengers. As the driver spoke to the soldiers, the tension reached its peak. Suddenly, a hail of bullets erupted. Jane ducked to save herself. Most of the passengers were hit and badly wounded. Turning around, Jane saw a mother and her little daughter covered in blood. The mother clutched her child tightly as gunfire continued outside. The soldiers didn't care that there were still living people inside the bus. The mother looked up, and Jane looked up too. Then one of the soldiers climbed onto the roof of the bus. They saw him and others pouring petrol over the top from drums. Hopelessness spread everywhere. Only Jane, the mother, and the daughter were still alive. They moved toward the door, trying to avoid the falling petrol. Jane suddenly took out her cross pendant again. The mother saw this, and in her eyes grief and helplessness were clear. Jane was pulled off the bus, realizing what was happening. The mother immediately understood, her heart filled with pain and despair. Seeing this, Jane shouted to the daughter, calling her "my child," and took her along. Holding the little girl close, Jane tried to escape as quickly as possible. The soldiers began firing at the bus again and set it ablaze. The little girl, unable to understand what was happening, cried and struggled, reaching out toward her mother. The soldiers, realizing the situation, grabbed the child. Jane fought desperately to save her, but more soldiers came forward. The girl broke free and ran back toward her mother. The soldiers shot her too. Only Jane was left, sitting in front of the burning bus, helpless and heartbroken.